Anything is possible, and here we are 46 years later, and it is the Melbourne Storm who are the history makers. Their fullback Ryan Papenhuyzen joins us on NRL 360. Thank you so much for joining us, Ryan. How proud are you? 20 straight wins on the cards. It'll be an all-time record. How proud are you to be part of this playing group?
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing feeling, but it's one that we I know personally, I don't want to get too caught up in just because of the bigger goal ahead, but we've sort of spoken about it and addressed it and how big it was, and Craig sort of spoke about it as well, and he sort of remembers that side of being one of the best he's ever seen play. So just hopefully we can go on with it now and finish the job.
Well, you've been named at fullback, and we're seeing the return of that dazzling display that we saw really dominate the first sort of 6 weeks of this competition. How far away do you think you are from taking the game to the warp speed we saw at the start of the year?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close. I think last week was sort of a good stepping stone again, and I'm just lucky enough that the guys playing around me at the moment, they're in some super form, so probably makes me look a bit worse than I'm actually going, but no, just honestly to be in the side again and be able to play 80 minutes, I'm just grateful for that. So, yeah, hopefully I can work towards what I was doing at the start of the year. But in saying that, yeah, I think the guys around me are doing a great job, and I've just got to play my role. I don't have to overcomplicate it.
Ryan, you are part of a superstar team at the moment. They're travelling on pretty well. But Cameron Munster's come out today and said he would be interested in joining the 17th franchise with Wayne Bennett if he was coach there. Have you had that discussion with him? Has anyone spoken to him about it? And what are your thoughts on that?
Munster doesn't know what he's doing tomorrow, so I'll leave that one with him. But no, of course he'd want to come back up here as a Queenslander. So no, we'll joke about that, and we'll probably bag him out for coming out and saying that.
Ryan, Paul Crawley, mate. When Cam Smith retired at the end of last year, a lot of people thought probably this might be Craig Bellamy's greatest challenge as a coach, and to sit here today on the verge of taking the all-time winning record, can you put your finger on how he builds a squad with players that are often have come from other clubs like yourself that, you know, have been let go, and he seems to, no matter who comes into that side, he moulds them into part of this Melbourne Storm system? What is it that makes him the coach that can do what others can't?
I think it's pretty simple, to be honest. It's honestly just working hard, and if you work hard and you do the things he tells you to do, which are pretty simple, you'll get an opportunity. And for me, it sort of took a couple of years to get an opportunity, but I just think back to the 2 years I sort of was in the squad and I wasn't getting a game, that all those tough sessions, all those tough pre-seasons made me ready for when I did debut. And then once I sort of had that opportunity, you didn't want to lose it. So you do everything in your willpower to try to keep it. And I think that's just the same with everyone in the squad, really. There's a lot of depth, and every week's competition on the field, but also to play for a spot in the 17. And when you got something pretty special brewing in the group, you just want to be a part of it. And I think that's just Storm. You just want to play for the Melbourne Storm. You want to be in the team every week. You want to play with these superstars. And the way you're going to do that is work hard and do the simple things that the coach asks you for.
Hey, Ryan, who's the best fullback in the NRL? Turbo or Teddy? Who do you at least like playing against?
Oh, we probably do it the same amount of video on each one. So yeah. I hate to be that person, but I'll probably have to sit on the fence, to be honest, Buzz. And yeah, Teddy's done it for so long. Turbo's done it for so long. They're both having pretty good years, so it's hard to split. But yeah, it's good to see that fullbacks are playing good at the moment, and yeah, it's the position that's probably the most dangerous. So equal amounts of video on each one of them, and yeah, I can't split them.
Well, it's great to see you back in form, but what does that mean for poor old Nico Hines? He's been sensational in your absence. Where does Nico go?
Oh yeah, it's obviously a tough sort of headache for bellyache to have, but at the end of the day, I think there's room for both of us in the side, and I love playing alongside Nico. He brings a lot of energy. He's a really skillful player. So yeah, I think there's still definitely room for him to play in the side. It's just about sort of building that combination now, and the way that the game's gone and turned out, it's gotten a lot quicker, and you can probably carry that extra person on the bench that would usually be back. So I think it's exciting what we can sort of form together, and we've been working hard at training, and sort of building combinations in that regard. So there's definitely room for it, and hopefully can be in the squad somewhere.
And just before we let you go, like many of us, you've got a love of racing. And it was wonderful. It was a perfect fit to see you named as an ambassador for Greyhound Racing New South Wales, and of course for the $1 Million Chase. Why have you loved being involved in the dogs for so long?
Honestly, the reason I got in it was because they're a lot cheaper than racehorses. But after being around the industry and owning a couple dogs myself, they are just the best animal on the planet, I reckon. So to be able to align with them and to be able to sort of promote the adoption program as well, I think that's something I'm really big on. And obviously, having raced a few myself, I just like seeing them get rehomed. And most of the dogs back in Melbourne at the dog park are greyhounds. So it's good to see that growth as having them as pets. But love seeing them being raced and having racing careers, and then just being able to settle down and be well looked after that too.
They are wonderful companions, and hopefully we'll catch you at Wenty. Thank you so much, Ryan, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Fonny. Thanks, guys. Take care.